Hello everybody, Frank Gallardo, 209 Times. I'm very excited today to have Eleassia Davis running for Tracy Mayor. And Eleassia, welcome aboard. Thank you for coming. And by the way, thank you for wearing blue. Apparently you got the memo.
Yes, we're matching today.
Pretty hot today, right?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's an honor and privilege to be here.
Well, thank you. We're excited. I've heard a lot of things. Full disclosure, I've heard a lot of very nice things about you for a very long time.
Thank
so
you.
This is our first time actually meeting each other in person. But I just want to get right into it. Can you tell everybody who doesn't know anything about you just a little bit about who you are and maybe why you're running for Tracy Mayor? Now, I know you already are the Pro Tem, which is Vice Mayor of Tracy, but why are you making this next step to run for mayor, and who are you?
Oh, well, my name is Eleassia Davis, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as the Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Tracy. Prior to doing that, I was a longtime community advocate, and I supported public safety, looking out for quality of life of our residents, making sure that children had opportunities, family knew about resources. So my goal for the City of Tracy is just to make sure that we continue to have a safe city that has lots of opportunities, economic development opportunities, amenities, and those are the things that I'm ultimately fighting for.
Okay, well, I have a couple true and false questions for you.
All right.
True or false, you are a military veteran?
I am. That is true. 100% true.
And what branch would that be?
Army. Served in the U.S. Army, 88 MOS, which is a motor transport operator. So we do the convoys, we do the maintenance, and we operated at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Okay, let's see. True or false? Are you or were you an educator and advocate for children with special needs?
Yes, absolutely. I have a background in early education, early intervention, and children with challenging behaviors and special needs. I've done that for 20 years, and it's something that I'm very passionate about as a parent of special needs, and I've worked with many children. I want to say at least maybe 60, 70 children over the years who have a variety of special needs. It's something that I care very much about and passionate about.
Well, let me ask you this. How do you think that experience, working with children with special needs, how do you think that carries over maybe transferable skills to being the great public servant that we hear that you are?
Well, you know what, when you're working in politics, you need to be very patient. You need to work with all kinds of people. And so I think given having worked with children with special needs, it gives me a level of empathy that I carry on to working with adults who may have diverging opinions than mine, who may not always be appreciative of my views. And so I'm a very good listener. I try to put myself in their shoes and appreciate their perspective. But even when I disagree, I try to maintain a calm demeanor and try to just let them know that we can, disagree, but we can do it civilly and we can move on with our lives without being disagreeable.
Very nice. I guess what I'm hearing from you is that empathy.
Empathy is definitely empathy.
A big part of your experience.
I think it's an incredibly important part of leadership to be empathetic to all people.
Okay. Tracy, unlike, or I should say, like most of California, is having some people would say, a catastrophic homelessness problem. Could you tell me about Container Gate?
Sure, I can tell you, it's California, and so we know that housing is a challenge. Resources to mental health and substance abuse is also a challenge, and Tracy is no different. We've seen a lot of homelessness, growth in homelessness over the last, I'll say, 7 to 10 years. And in Tracy, Container Gate, that's a very interesting way to put it. In our efforts to mitigate the homeless crisis, we wanted to establish interim housing. Okay. And a part of that interim housing was getting container units that could be used for shelter. And under the leadership of Councilmember Areola, he was the chair of the Tracy Homelessness Advisory Committee, and these containers were ordered $600,000. And what happened was, when those containers were received, they were basically trash. They were garbage. They took on water. They were rusted. They were just inferior, and they could not be lived in. And the contractor who sold us the containers, they tried to repair them. It cost us more money to try to get them fixed, and ultimately they left the City of Tracy holding the bag. So I want to say maybe close to $1 million of effort out of our general fund that we have not yet recovered, and so the taxpayers have not been happy about that, and it's been a stain on our reputation.
And I understand that there was a city employee that I can't even necessarily classify him as a whistleblower, but merely a truth teller who was explaining, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a gentleman, I can't remember his name.
Mr. Damasco.
Okay, so, and he was alerting his boss, the city manager, that there was problems with these containers, that they really were unfit in their current condition. He wasn't complaining, he was just explaining the situation at hand, and that was enough to get him fired.
Yeah.
True?
It's absolutely true. He was doing his job. He was inspecting those containers as he was, directed to do. And when he did, he found an incredible number of deficiencies, and he reported back to the city manager's office and his superiors, and he was fired the next day and walked out of City Hall.
Eleassia, is there any last thing that you would like to tell the voters and residents of Tracy as to why they should pick you to be their next mayor?
Well, first I want to thank you for having me again. And again, my name is Eleassia Davis, and I believe that I would be the best choice for Mayor of Tracy because I'm a community first leader with a community first plan. I believe that the City of Tracy can be the safest city in San Joaquin County. I believe that we can be the most prosperous city in San Joaquin County by having policies that streamline processes at City Hall, keep the taxes low, and lessen the regulation. I believe that we can bring amenities, we can fight and hold developers accountable for the promises that they make regarding our amenities, our schools, our roads. And I will be the best mayor because I am present, I am engaged, and I genuinely care about what happens to the future and legacy of our city. So I'm offered to you that I would love to continue serving and to continue doing the job that I've been doing. And I hope that you will consider me as your next mayor. Community first leadership is what gets us done.
Wow, well, thank you very much, Eleassia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very, very much. Eleassia Davis running for Tracy mayor. Thanks, everybody, for watching.